Chapter 16. Tiger King Cannon. The rising sun rose in the east, the bright sunlight poured down, causing the entire royal residence to be enveloped in a warm atmosphere. Listening to the rainy pavilion, a teenager waved his double fists in the courtyard. His fists were sharp and tiger-like, which carried a hint of invincible dominance, which made people look at the shock of the Kangshan. In the cultivation world, the measure of a cultivator's strength is not only the cultivation realm, more important is still the combat power, and want to enhance the combat power to Kang Chon's current realm, it can only be through the fist, foot and sword aspects. The fierce tiger fist was a boxing technique that Kang Chon had been cultivating for more than 10 years, and had long since been practiced to the point of familiarity, and coupled with the overbearing intent that Kang Chon's hegemonic blood had awakened, it had caused Kang Chon to completely grasp the essence of the fierce tiger fist. Undoubtedly, this would be Kang Chon's most suitable and his strongest martial art at this stage. Perhaps Emperor Dan had many powerful martial arts, but in the face of the bar mitzvah that was still a month away, it was obviously impractical to spend time cultivating those powerful martial arts. After all, practicing a martial art was not something that could be done overnight. Emperor Dan himself felt that the most suitable for Kang Chon now was this fierce tiger fist. Therefore, these days, apart from the time he spent practicing Qi at night, Kang Chon was practicing the fierce tiger fist furiously during the day. At the same time, Emperor Dan would also take the opportunity to instill in him some experience and techniques for facing the enemy, which could not be learnt from books. Drink. Kang Chon in the courtyard suddenly jumped up in the sky, both fists facing downwards. He shouted angrily, with an unrivaled overbearing aura. He violently exploded his entire body's true Qi, and a raging and surging power was instantly aroused. Rumble. Only a loud explosion could be heard, and the earth that was bombarded by Kang Chon was suddenly revealed to be a deep, large pit. Tiger King Cannon. Accompanied by the Dan Emperor's instructions, Kang Chon created another killing style on top of the fierce tiger fist, fierce tiger roar. Of course, this was actually created by the Dan Emperor. After all, it was impossible for Kang Chon to create a Jedi school with that level of Kang Chon. The Tiger King Cannon was actually an improvement on the original Tiger King fist from the fierce tiger fist, which originally used a single fist to stimulate true Qi, forming a swirling true Qi bomb that would hit the enemy hard. The Tiger King Cannon, on the other hand, was activated by the combination of both fists, causing the two true Qi projectiles to entwine with each other, forming a tornado whirlwind with an even more astonishing power that was far above the Tiger King fist. What a powerful destructive force. Really, if you were hit, wouldn't you be directly killed? Kang Chon looked at the large pit on the ground that he had struck. His heart was very shaken. This Tiger King Cannon was the first time he had successfully struck it since it was created. He had no idea that the Tiger King Cannon was so powerful before. It seems that this move cannot be used easily. Kang Chon thought to himself, although he didn't have a good feeling towards those children in his family, he couldn't directly beat them to death. After all, he was also a member of the Wong family. Emperor Dan was dissatisfied with this move. He chastised in his mind, "Kid, how many times have I told you? The Tiger King Cannon move is to use both fists at the same time in order to explode the strongest power. Your right fist is obviously a little bit faster this time, or else the power couldn't have been so small. This is still small." Kang Chon was speechless at his words, but there was nothing he could do about it. After all, apart from left-handed people, most people relied on their right hand more, so the fastest reaction was still the right hand. If he wanted to be able to do both like the Dan Emperor demanded, I'm afraid it would take some time to exercise. Fortunately, there was still more than a month to go before the bar mitzvah. Kang Chon was not in a hurry, and with his current strength, among those children of the Wong family, Apart from Wang Chon's son Wang Fei, he had really found out a few who were his rivals. As long as Wang Fei did not break through to the 7th level of the Foundation Establishment stage within this period of time, then when Kang Chon broke through to the 4th level of the Foundation Establishment stage, he was confident in defeating Wang Fei. Young Master Kang Chon, someone from Jinji Auction House said that they invited you to attend today's auction. At this moment, a subordinate's respectful voice came from outside the courtyard. Kang Chon's brows twitched as he heard this, and a delighted light appeared in his eyes. The auction has started. As long as we get the demonic beast's essence blood this time, the returning energy pill will be ready to be refined. After thinking about it, Kang Chon said faintly to the outside of the courtyard, "Go and reply. I'll be there soon." Yes. The subordinate outside the courtyard respectfully retreated. If it was in the past, I am afraid that no subordinate would give Kang Chon a reply. But since the last time Kang Chon took Wang San to establish his authority, no subordinate dared to underestimate Kang Chon. At least before the bar mitzvah, no subordinate dared to plunder Kang Chon's tiger's whiskers. After taking a bath and changing his clothes, Kang Chon followed one of the guards of the Jinji Auction House and headed towards the Jinji Auction House. From a long distance away, he saw a familiar figure standing at the entrance of the Jinji Auction House waiting. It's him. Kang Chon was surprised. That person he had seen once before. It was none other than Jin San Xiao, the principal of the Jinji Auction House. For this fatty Jin San, he still had a good feeling about him, perhaps due to the fact that they were about the same age as each other. As Kang Chon saw Jin San Xiao, Jin San Xiao also saw Kang Chon and immediately greeted him with a smile on his face. Long time no see, Chon Xiao. How's it going? Recently, I've long prepared an elegant room for you. Quickly follow me. Jin San Xiao, as if he and Kang Chon were good brothers who had known each other for many years, full of enthusiasm. He pulled Kang Chon's hand and marched towards the auction house, making Kang Chon a little uncomfortable. Long time no see, not just 2 days. Kang Chon heart speechless, but as the saying goes, do not hit the smiling person. People so enthusiastic, they cannot be illiterate, not to mention the matter of the demonic beast blood, may also have to ask for it. The young Kang Chon is not clear about the Jin San Xiao heart of the sophisticated. He has never been out of the house, naturally did not experience the insidious and cunning in the human world. Emperor Dan did see Jin San Xiao's motivation to befriend Kang Chon, but he did not remind Kang Chon. For one thing, Jin San Xiao has no hostility towards Kang Chon, although there is a relationship of exploitation. But for the current Kang Chon, Jin San Xiao as a friend still has great benefits, at least in the future. The medicinal herbs used for cultivation will be much more convenient. Secondly, this is also considered to be beneficial to Kang Chon's growth. After all, there are some things that can only be understood after experiencing them. Emperor Dan understood that with his help. It was only a matter of time before Kang Chon left Heavy Iron City. But the cruelty of the cultivation world is even more clear to him. If Kang Chon's heart is now, he will not be able to mix in the cultivation world at all. I am afraid that he will be sold without even knowing it. Following Jin San Xiao, Kang Chon came to a luxurious room. Chon Xiao, this is our auction house's elegant room number 7. Like this, our auction house only has 10 elegant rooms in total. After entering the room, Jin San Xiao enthusiastically introduced. Kang Chon's gaze was however attracted by a huge piece of glass wall inside the elegant room. He walked over to take a glance down, and instantly saw a huge auction venue from the glass wall, which was already crowded and lively. Jin San Xiao saw this and smiled faintly. From here you can clearly see everything on the auction venue. Later on, if Chon Xiao wants to shout the price, just shout directly into this microphone. Saying this, he pointed to a short black stick-like object next to him. Worthy of being an elegant room, Kang Chon secretly said in his heart. He was an eye-opener today. In the past, when he and Grandpa came to participate in the auction, they all sat down below. As for this elegant room, it was said that only some people who had contributed a lot to Jinji auction house, or some alchemists or top powerhouses, could come to the place, like the entire heavy iron city at the moment. I'm afraid that only the Jidan stage city Yongzhenan would be qualified to come. Other than that, even the heads of the three great families were not qualified. After all, compared to Jinji auction house, the three great families were nothing at all.